Dustin, you're a f***ing coward. Your wife's a hoe, and she has on her chest, and you're a piece of shit father.
Con Man versus the Ultimate Villainous champion, Dustin Poirier. And I know Conor's a household name, but so is Trash. And it's not special to take out the trash. The only thing us Dustin bettors need to be worried about is where his wife Jolie has been sliding. Because I heard that it really hurt Dustin's feelings that his wife Jolie was sliding into Conor's DMs. But let's not let him think about where she's sliding right now, because she slid in my drawers. Don't believe me? See for yourself.
Scrin, he has a fight coming up with Jorge. How do you see that fight going?
Oh, you said his name backwards. You said it wrong. It's Cream.
Is that really it?
Yeah, that's the 37-year-old Napoleon Dynamite-looking virgin. That's the one who used science and test tubes these days to get kids, because he's a virgin still.
You probably get the point already, but at the same time, we all know Colby wasn't always like this. And despite the numerous controversies he's involved in, he's done some pretty good things too. So is Colby Covington the hero or the villain of his story? Well, let's find out. Colby Covington entered the UFC back in 2014 with his best friend at the time, Jorge Masvidal. And just like every new fighter in the UFC, he made his way to the top by taking out every opponent he was given. However, something was wrong. Colby was not able to pull fans for his fights, and that's simply because no one cared about his fights. To tell you how bad it was, Colby, after 2 years and 5 fights under the UFC, was placed at the prelims of UFC 202 against Max Griffin. And you might not see any faults there, but come on. We've seen other fighters like Khamzat Chimaev, Sugar Sean O'Malley, and even more recently, Alex Pereira get fast-tracked by the UFC to main event status. But even when Colby himself thought things would get better, it actually got worse.
I've never told this story before, but 3 fights ago, before I fought the number 2 guy in the world, this guy named Damian Maia in Brazil, they had told my manager, Dan Lambert, that they weren't going to re-sign me. They didn't like my style. They didn't like that I wasn't entertaining. And this is before I really started to become an entertainer and understand the entertainment aspect of this business. So before this fight, they told me no matter what happens, I was ranked number 6 in the world. We're not re-signing you. We don't like your character. We don't like your fighting style. You know, and I'm getting paid $30,000 to go fight the number 2 guy in the world. Like, after you pay taxes and pay your coaches, you're really going to get like $5,000 or $10,000. So I go out there and I beat him up, leave him in a pool of his own blood in Sao Paulo, Brazil, his home city. And I shoot this promo on the Brazilians, and I say, hey, you guys are all a bunch of filthy animals, you know, and in Brazil, you're a dump. and going back to kind of the racist thing, you know, everybody's like, oh, you're racist. You said Brazilians are filthy animals. I'm like, Brazil's not a race, you know, it's a country. And they use filthy animals in Home Alone, so it's just
filthy animals.
Yeah, filthy animal. Yeah. Keep the change, you filthy animals.
They were going to cut him. They had told him that his style wasn't fan-friendly. And so he beats Damian Maia in Brazil and calls him a bunch of filthy animals. Everybody goes crazy. And they're like, oh, hold on a second. We might have something here. So he talked about it on the podcast. Like, look, I got to do something. My career is in jeopardy. Like, I'm going to create a character. So he created this character. Like, I've called his fights before. Now, I called his fights early in his career. Before that, he was just a really tough guy who had a great gas tank, who I knew from my friend Cam Haynes.
I'm not here to make friends. If you don't like me, cool. You don't like me, but I'm here to fight, and I'm here to make money and do business. So, you know, that's definitely the number one thing that I've noticed is most of these fighters are scared to get out of the box. They don't want to be judged. They don't want people to look at them a certain way that, oh, you know, he said this and you know, I don't agree with that opinion. I don't care, man. I'm here to make people off. I'm here to make people's lives miserable, but they're going to go to sleep thinking about me, and I'm going to wake up the next day and doing the same thing I do, and that's take names and make money. Yeah, it's completely beyond me, you know. That's just why I consider it fake news, and all these guys that sit behind their computers and they all have an opinion, a different opinion, but they've never been in a steel cage, you know. They've never been locked in and had the world looking at them and fighting a trained fighter. So, you know, I try not to pay attention to their opinions. You know, before the RDA fight, they're saying one thing, but then they're saying that he was all this great, hyped up man. He was unbeatable at 170. No one was going to beat him. But then after the fight was done, it was almost like I fought a different guy than they were writing about before. It was like, you know, they tried to run their narrative. So, you know, I try not to pay attention to the media. You know, it's a bunch of nerds and virgins writing all their little scripts.
From there, it was like the entire UFC turned against him.
No, Colby's a terrible person. I've been telling you guys. I have been telling
the outside world this for many years. I am in the wrestling community. The wrestling community is tight-knit. We know who sucks and who doesn't suck.
Yeah, I mean, his work. I mean, he talked himself into the Damian Maya fight and Deng Yun Kim, two guys I wrote the book on Maya. He went out to check it out at the library, checked the book out, read it, went out there and got bloodied by a jiu-jitsu guy, and now he's thinking he's going to fight for a title. I just don't have no respect for guys like that. And I think it's a very disgraceful to our sport. It was built on hard work, guys taking big fights.
And then they start pushing and swinging and putting innocent kids' lives in danger, and a pregnant lady. There's a pregnant lady. She's screaming, "I'm pregnant! Stop this!" And Ali's still pushing, trying to make a scene. Usman's still trying to scream at me, "Oh, I'm gonna get you!" And his little Sasquatch is like throwing punches at my friend and is trying to punch me. And it's a complete joke. I can't believe that they allow that in Vegas, and just a bunch of filthy animals.
No one was free from Colby's trash talk. Not even female fighters like Joanna Jędrzejczyk and Miesha Tate.
So they started trashing me in the media. "Oh, Colby and his antics. Oh, he's a piece of person. Dirtbag, blah, blah." Okay, yeah, you want to say things about me. Don't think I'm not going to say the truth right back to you. So, of course I'm going to come at woman Joanna. You're talking about me before I'm getting ready for a title fight. I've never said one thing about you. I don't care about you. You used to send me DMs, like after training, like wanting to flirt with me and go out on dates. Just because I didn't give you attention, Joanna, don't get mad at me and talk. And Dustin saying it's on site when I never even talked about it. "Oh, it's on site. I'm going to beat Colby's ass." And even before he said it was on site, he said, "Oh, I'm not training with Colby. F Colby. I'm Team Robbie Lawler," when I was getting ready for the Robbie fight. And I was still at this gym. I'm like, "Dustin, dude, I trained you all the time, bro. I wrestled you every day. You never helped me with striking. You never did nothing. I always came in to help you with wrestling and jiu-jitsu. But now I'm a piece of in your team, Robbie Lawler? Dude, of course I'm going to come out and I'm going to defend myself. I'm not going to let these people just talk in the media."
He also made fun of Dustin Poirier for crying after his loss to Conor McGregor. He trash-talked Kamaru Usman before their fights, and then turned on his former best friend, Jorge Masvidal.
Because every time after he has a fight, you see he has a Kleenex and he's crying, "Oh, I didn't accomplish my dreams. 25 minutes paid in full. I deserve this. I'm Louisiana swamp trash." Over there, this is this nice charitable guy that pretends to be this nice guy on camera. He's strutting in Conor's face right after the fight, right? Dude, that guy just made you millions and millions of dollars and made your career, and you're gonna laugh at him during this fluke ending, and when this guy gave you everything and this opportunity. It just shows the fake guy that he is. He pretends to be this nice guy on camera, but really he's a... So we got 2 awards, year-end of the awards here today. We got the TAP trophy and the NAP trophy. So, the TAP trophy goes to Dustin Poirier, Louisiana Swamp Trash. Congratulations, Dustin. You tapped. There was a lot of great taps this year, but the way you quit and put your head on the mat and got tapped out like a little that you are, that was amazing. So all that reckless talk about you saying it was on site, this and that, name the site. Let's do this, man. Bring your Jezebel wife, bring that little kid you use as a prop, and let's run this. Stop scamming people with your fake charity, and let's fight, man. You got to be held accountable. But you've always came up short in the big moment, Dustin Poirier. So here's your opportunity. You get a championship from Colby Covington for year-end awards for the TAP award.
Let's be honest there. I got a call from the President of the United States of America after the fight. What has Marty Fake Usman ever got a call from? The chief tribe of Nigeria with smoke signals? Are you guys serious right now? You think the president knows who the fucking Marty Fake Usman is? The guy's a nobody. He's irrelevant. I was saying that, what has Marty Fake Usman ever did? I got a call from the President of the United States. I had the first family front row. The only calls that Marty Fake Usman's ever got was smoke signals from his chief tribe person of Nigeria.
What did the president say to you in the phone call, Colby?
He said I was a great American champion.
However, while Colby was fully wearing his villain persona, he was actually backing up his trash talk by going past big names in the welterweight division, like Tyrone Woodley, Robbie Lawler, and Damian Maya.
Colby Covington is a nightmare because he seems like he's playing. He's doing these promos with all these girls in bikinis. He's reading Donald Trump Jr.'s book. He's making it seem like he's a goof, and you don't notice along the way that this guy's stomping world-class fighters. Stomping them.
Yeah.
So on one hand, this guy became one of the most talked about fighters on the planet, but on the other hand, everyone wanted to watch his fights not to see him win, but to see him lose.
Of course, man. The guy's a shit, dude. I've just heard from so many people like how he's so fake and he just acts like he's some superstar and he acts like he's better than people. So, you know, he has no personality. Literally, Tyron Woodley had more charisma than him. Like, that's sad. Tyron Woodley has zero charisma. So you know that's in the negative. So for Marty Fake Newsman. So the guy's shit, man. I mean, he was ducking me so long when Glenn Robinson was his manager that Glenn Robinson died from it because he was ducking me so hard and wouldn't fight me.
These fans finally got what they wanted after the Nigerian nightmare, Kamaru Usman, showed his dominance against Colby at UFC 245. One reason why the Kamaru versus Colby fight was so amazing is that these two guys are two of the best wrestlers to ever cross the UFC's welterweight division. Yet in their first encounter, they gave fans a real treat with a dogfight. It was a punch for punch, kick for kick, and was just completely bizarre. But somewhere in the 5th round, Kamaru hit Colby with a heavy right hand to knock Colby to the ground before Usman finished him there to win the fight. But what came next for Colby was humbling to his entire villainous persona. But hey, before we talk about that, we've got a monthly shout-out contest for our subscribers where we give you the chance to earn a free shout-out in one of our videos. All you have to do is subscribe to our channel and comment "I subbed" in the comment section down below to enter this contest. Come on, hit that subscribe button and comment "I subbed" now. After his second loss to Kamaru Usman, it became clear that Colby wasn't actually the bad guy we thought he was. And that's because, after the fight, he told Kamaru, "You know, I'm just trying to sell it for you. It's all love. I've always had love for you. I'm just trying to make you money." Now, this seldom part of Colby made many UFC fans go back in time and pinpoint other times when Colby actually did good and nice things.
Yeah, my manager actually had to sit down with him. He owns American Top Team, Dan Lambert, and he had to sit down. Hey, man, Colby's just trying to sell fights. He's trying to make money. He's trying to get a title fight. So he sat him down and gave him the Q&As. But, you know, at the end of the day, they take stuff personal and they really take pride behind their country.
Colby, nice to meet you. Good luck this week, Colby.
Can I ask you something real quick? Any advice?
Like the upcoming fighter?
Yeah.
Just you got to commit your whole life to it, you know, and you got to make the sacrifices daily, you know. Yeah. Don't just be a fighter, you know, for a couple months at a time. Be a fighter year round, you know. Yeah. I gave my whole life to it. I made a lot of sacrifices.
But yeah, you don't want to. You were dropping your hands. As soon as you start dropping your hands, that's when I'm coming over the overhand, bomb overhand. Because you're dropping your hands, anticipating my takedown. Yeah. You can't anticipate. You got to come with your hands up, hits in. I'd rather take a shot to the stomach or a takedown than get a clean shot to you defending a takedown and you coming over with the overhand.
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks a lot, brother.
Feelings Championship. You need the UFC? That stands for Ultimate Feelings Championship.
Ooh, baby! I need one of these real soon.
I'm sorry, that's fine.
With the team captain.
That's the real belt.
That's the real belt.
Not the Power Ranger.
That's right, for sure.
Thank you, y'all. Appreciate it, y'all. Big fan.
Thanks a lot, brother. Have a great week.
Oh, there we go. Get it right. Hit me with it right, man. Yeah, kid, get me right.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Have a good weekend. No problem.
Oh, it's heavy.
It's a little heavy, yeah.
So one more Colby.
Hell yeah, for sure.
Thank you, brother.
Take care.
So it's pretty obvious that the villainous persona of Colby Covington is just an act, and it very well turned his career around. However, it doesn't take away or justify the fact that sometimes his trash talks have gotten kind of personal. And that makes us still stuck on the question, is Colby Covington a hero or a villain? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. In the meantime, make sure you check out this other video showing on your screen. See you next time, and bye for now.